Hey guys, welcome to just another episode of the Holistic Back Health series. In this video, I will speak about the hip internal rotation. With the hip internal rotation, it's just like with the hip external rotation. If we don't have enough mobility, the lower back has to compensate for it, and the lower back is just not made for a lot of rotation. So if it's in your everyday movements or in certain sports like tennis or like golf, where you need some hip internal rotation, if you don't have it, then as I said, the lower back will get all of the strain. So we now want to do a test to find out if you have potential for improvement in your internal hip rotation. Stand upright and hold your stick in one hand with a 90-degree angle in your elbow. Press it down into the floor and lift up the leg on the same side until you have a 90-degree angle in your hip and your knee. Then you turn your hip inward until you reach the stick with your heel. Make sure to stand upright all the time and don't bring the stick towards you or lean towards the other side. When you're able to reach the stick without compensations, you pass the test. If not, the following exercises are particularly important for you. Be also aware of differences between the two legs and work more on the one with the greater restrictions. For the first exercise, you lay in front of a wall and hold your legs against it in a 90-90 position. That means 90 degrees in your knees and 90 degrees in your hips. Now you move your feet outward slightly and the knees inward as much as possible. Make sure the outsides of your feet don't lift off. And if you want some extra strengthening, squeeze your knees against your hands. If you want even more of a stretch and you don't have any knee problems, put one leg over the other and use it to pull your knee even further into internal rotation. Again, without having the outsides of your foot coming up. Hold the stretch for 30 to 60 seconds. Now you sit on the floor and pull your legs towards you until they're at least in a 90-degree position. Place your hands behind your back to support you with an upright posture and turn your legs to one side until your feet would lift off the floor. But don't let them lift off the floor. And also don't let your pelvis move. So sit upright and try to bring your legs closer and closer towards the floor without any compensations. Go for 30 to 60 seconds hold, or if you move them from side to side, go for 15 repetitions to each side. For your next exercise, you get into a half kneeling position and have your front knee in a 90-degree angle. Now you take the stick and position it perpendicular to the floor in front of the rear leg at the level of your front knee. Move your foot a bit to the outside and now you move your knee inward until it touches the stick. Press with your knee against the stick and with the stick against the knee and make sure that the outside of your foot doesn't lift off. Stay upright in your upper body and squeeze and hold that tension for 30 to 60 seconds. The following version of a squat will look like something that your trainer is usually telling you to be careful to not do. But we want to increase your internal rotation in your hip and do this exercise in a purposeful and conscious way, so the likelihood of you getting injured is very low. In case you have knee problems you feel your knees when you do this, you might want to skip this exercise. So you go into a squat position with your feet shoulder width apart and your feet facing forward. Now you have your stick in front of you and you squat down, trying to keep your upper body as upright as possible and bring your knees together as far as you can, making sure your outsides of your heels don't lift off. You can either stay in that position for 30 to 60 seconds or go up and down for 15 repetitions. If you don't need a stick in front of you to stabilize you, you can put it behind your back and do the same thing for 15 repetitions. If it's too unstable or too difficult for you, you can always do the same exercise in front of a chair. You squat all the way down, and once you're down, you bring your knees together and then you come up again. Same here, go for 15 repetitions. In your final exercise, we want to use the elastic recoil of your muscles again. So grab your stick, hold it on both ends and squeeze it together slightly. Then you cross one leg over, bend down and rotate your upper body into the opposite direction. You want to go in a fluid movement and squat down as far as you can while rotating in the opposite direction. Make sure your knee is rather going inward more than going forward above your foot. Use the elastic recoil when you bounce back and go for 15 repetitions before switching sides. If you liked this video and if you got some value out of it, then make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any further videos. And I would also appreciate if you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you have any question, and I will be very happy to answer your question. See you in the next episode. Till then, bye bye.